give us your view on oil hitting a fresh 3.5-year high, on the possibility of Trump imposing sanctions on Iran once again, and how much can that derail market sentiment globally, which is either way is looking for a reason to sell off?
Oh, good morning. Certainly, if you have a look at the sentiment that's in the oil market at the moment, you'd have to say that it is very, very positive. There are a couple of factors that are causing that. As you've mentioned already, are the potential for sanctions to be applied to Iran. We also saw, and we have been watching now for some time, Venezuelan production slowly starting to drift away as that country unfortunately goes through geopolitical events and other events that are just making it untouchable. And we're also seeing on the other side of the fence the fact that we're seeing significantly improvement in demand being forecast in terms of coming into the summer period in the Northern Hemisphere. So for that reason, we have seen the oil prices now rally quite strongly. It did start on the premise with the OPEC group and its allies, in fact, maintaining current production at 32.5 million barrels. That's been in place over the course of all these events, and that's really given the oil price a substance to rally quite strongly to where it now sits at, as you say, at about that $80 region.
David, how come no one is talking about the demand-supply fundamentals? I mean, when crude prices came down, the crude bears or the crude watchers were of the view that, look, America has got surplus reserves now. They are producing much more than Saudi Arabia. There is something called shale gas. If crude prices go above $55, $56, they will come out, and that will ensure that supply is coming out. So how come those dynamics, which were considered to be the topping factors for crude, they are not at play?
Look, at this moment, yes, the market is in fact watching closely what's happening inside the US. Domestic production in the US over the course of 2018 has in fact risen, now sitting at about 10.7 million barrels of production per day. There are forecasts out there that it could hit up to 12 million barrels. And of course, if you remember not so long ago, Donald Trump was suggesting that the oil price was too high. So he may in fact help the US oil industry to produce more. So what that is in fact doing is, with the current geopolitical events that we are seeing, the supply side constraints that are in place, one would have expected that the oil price, given those events, would have probably been sitting at perhaps $90 to $95 rather than where it currently is. That's probably the price that we're paying for that US domestic production coming on stream.
David, thanks very much.